Off the Beaten Path. Off the Beaten Path. Brand new country. And we're not talking that top 40 crap either. This is where you can hear great singers and songwriters, and they just don't have the backing when it comes to labels. Guest interviews and everything from pop country to bluegrass and folk to hip hop. This is Off the Beaten Path.
Off the Beaten Path podcast, me, Ben Merritt, again. Welcome to another great episode. This week, our very special guest is a very special guest. His name is Aaron Watson, one of the leaders of that Red Dirt country movement down there in Texas. But he's also getting very well known with the success of the Underdog album across the country. As a matter of fact, he's pushing a brand new single, and this is his 5th single off of this album alone. So, heck yeah, Aaron Watson coming up in a little bit. We'll hear from family reunion members Grayson, or Ozzy Orang. He was a Oranga. Yeah, basically he's a ginger from Australia. We've also got the lovely and beautiful Breland Angel coming up with something new from the family reunion. We'll hear from Jeremy McComb, Ellie King, Corey Morrow as well. We got Humming House, Levi Hammond up next. But right now, Stoney LaRue, another one of those big names down there in that Red Dirt movement. This is Us Time. It's brand new right here on Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
You look good in that dress. Love the way you've done your hair. Yes, girl, I'm impressed at the whole sight of you standing there. I got a night, a special night planned. Taking the time to find a place where we can laugh and let up. I'm needing some you, having a drink, shooting the breeze, just being around you, and a joke to make you smile. I'm needing some me, acting a fool, trying to impress you. It's time for some us time. I knew you'd like it here. Oh, baby, I love it when you let loose. Just a little champagne on ice. Put us both in the mood. I got a place just down the road where we can watch the sunrise. And after a night of loving on you, I love that look in your eyes. I'm needing some you, having a drink, shooting the breeze, just being around you. A joke to make you smile. I'm needing some me, acting a fool, trying to impress you. And it's time for some us time. Needing some you, having a drink, shooting the breeze, baby, just being around you, and a joke to make you smile. I'm needing some me, acting a fool. I was just trying to impress you. It's time for summer's time. It's time for summer's time. It's time for summer's time. Look good in that dress. I love the way you done your hair.
Young artists, get your music on the show by emailing Ben at otbppodcast@gmail.com.
Don't bite your lip like you're worried. Get that rear view off your mind. Baby, we ain't in no hurry. Taking our time ain't a crime. 'Cause we gonna do what we wanna do if we wanna do it. That sun burning down, maybe we can burn right through it. 'Cause these are window down days, or I don't give a damn face. We're rolling out to nowhere just to see where it goes. It's one look and fall up, it's across the dash rush. And who we're gonna end up being, nobody knows. But we're all alright, 'cause it's all okay. These are hanging round, play it loud, window down days. I'll get a burn on my left arm. That highway's gonna mess up your hair. And this tank of gas is only gonna get us so far. We should, but now we don't care. 'Cause we gonna do what we wanna do if we wanna do it. That sun burning down, baby, we can burn right through it. 'Cause these are window down days, or I don't give a damn face. We're rolling out to nowhere just to see where it goes. It's one look and fall up, it's across the dash rush. And who we're gonna end up being, nobody knows. But we're all alright, 'cause it's all okay. These are hanging round, play it loud, window down day. One taste of your kiss, it don't get better than this. Ain't nothing more free than living in these. 'Cause these are window down days, where I don't give a damn face. We're rolling out to nowhere just to see where it goes. It's one look and fall up, it's across the dash rush. And who we're gonna end up being, nobody knows. But we're all alright, 'cause it's all okay. These are hanging round, play it loud, window down days.
Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt. There you go. That is Newcomer with his brand new EP that dropped, self-titled, on April 1st. Yeah, he definitely made that tricky for his fans. That's Levi Hummin, and that's Window Down Days. He's living the Window Down Days lifestyle right now as he's driving cross-country to promote his new album. Ram gave him a truck. He stopped by the ACM's office, the tune-in office, the AOL office to do some interviews and stuff like that. He's hitting up all of the major cities in the very near future as well. 2 days after this goes live, he'll be in Minneapolis. And following that, he'll be in Detroit and blah, 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 all over the country. He's hitting, looks like, the East Coast first. And then, yeah, he's going to be in Flint, Detroit. Then he's going to Toronto. Then Big Flats, New York, Sawyerville, New Jersey. Anyway, you can find it all on his website, LeviHummin.com. Ben Merritt hanging out with you here on Off the Beaten Path podcast. We've focused on these guys before. I still want to get them as featured artists. This is Humming House, and Run With Me. It's off the Revelries album here on Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
I keep spinning my wheels, but digging my heels in. If hope is so close, then why do I feel so alone? Knowing what I know, I keep headed for home, but everyone's gone. My favorite songs make me feel so alone. But I keep headed for home. I feel so alone. But I keep headed for home. So run with me when hope is high. Run with me when the water is dry. And never let me go. Run with me into the night. Run with me to the morning light. And never let me go. We don't need to understand. Just run with me and take my hand. Never let me go. We keep counting our years and fighting our fears. Even if it goes wrong, we gotta keep rolling along. Even if it goes wrong, keep rolling along. Even if it goes wrong. So run with me when hope is high. Run with me when the water is dry. And never let me go. Run with me into the night. Run with me to the morning light. And never let me go. We don't need to understand. Just run with me and take my hand. Never let me go. Never let me go. Never let me go. Oh, 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 never let me go. Never let me go. And run with me when hope is high. Run with me when the water's dry. And never let me go. Run with me into the night. Run with me to the morning light. Never let me go. We don't need to understand. Just run with me and take my hand. Never let me go. Never let me go. Never let me go.
Off the Beaten Path.
Sounds great on my iPod. It's on my phone, on my iPad.
I always listen on my computer at work.
Log on and listen. Like us on Facebook. Search for OTBP Podcast to join the conversation. Follow Off the Beaten Path on Twitter at OTBP Podcast.
Friday night rolled around way too slow, and you know that Monday's screaming round the bend. Well, I just called up the boys are gonna go out and raise a little hell. Go to a bar and paint the town red. There'll be tequila shots, there'll be pretty girls, there'll be beer on ice, and everyone will yell 10, 9, 8, 7. This don't taste like heaven. 6, 5, 4. I want a little more. 3, 2, 1. Now the night has just begun. We're gonna make a little love before the moon becomes the sun. Before the moon becomes the sun. Maybe my head is gonna hurt today, but waking up with you should take the pain away. I really hope you like what you see, 'cause laying in my bed, there's an angel next to me. Yeah, You're so damn pretty. You're super perfect. I'd like to keep you. I don't deserve to. 10, 9, 8, 7. This don't taste like heaven. 6, 5, 4. I want a little more. 3, 2, 1. Now the night has just begun. We're gonna make a little love before the moon becomes the sun. I'm not one to kiss and tell, but I will tell you every day. 10, 9, 8, 7. Girl, you look like heaven. 6, 5, 4. I want a little more. 3, 2, 1. Now the night has just begun. We're gonna make a little love before the moon becomes a sun. 9, 8, 7. This don't taste like heaven. 6, 5, 4. I want a little more. 3, 2, 1. Now the night has just begun. We're gonna make a little love before the moon becomes a sun. 9, 8, 7. This don't look like heaven. We're gonna make a little love before the moon becomes a sun. 9, 8, 7. This don't look like heaven. We're gonna make a little love before the moon becomes a sun.
Off the Beaten Path podcast, me, Ben Merritt. There you go. That's Grayson, the Renga from Australia. He probably would hate that, but that's his new one, 10987. That's the name of that tune, 10987. I'm a big fan of it. It's a great tune. I've been a fan of Grayson for a while. He's the almost 7 foot tall ginger from Australia. He sticks out like a sore thumb in all the words. Sorry, that was a terrible Australian accent that I just kind of fell into. I promise I will never do it again, Grayson. Anyway, also from the family reunion files, we have got the young Miss Beautiful Breland Angel, Diamond in a Rhinestone World. And here it is. This is Rhinestone World, recorded live from her living room. It's Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
1, 2.
They want my hair a little higher, want my smile a little brighter, pull my skirt a little tighter. If it'll turn a few more heads, they want me flirting with the front row. They want me to fan their egos, be their puppet on a string, so they can be the one who said they turned me into an overnight success. Oh, they want you to think all that glitters is gold, but there's so much more than glitter to a girl. They'll stick a for sale sign in the yard of your soul. It's getting hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone world. Yeah, they called Dolly a dumb blonde. They said that Sammy couldn't dream on. They told Loretta she'd be better off not singing about the pill. Yeah, that just goes to prove you can't let other people choose what they think is right for you. Honey, if it ain't what you feel, it ain't worth the raw end of a 360 deal. Oh, they want you to think all that glitters is gold, but there's so much more than glitter to a girl. They'll stick a for sale sign in the yard of your soul. It's getting hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone cliff.
Do you know a band Ben doesn't? Tell us who you are digging on Facebook.com/OTBP Podcast, Twitter @OTBP Podcast, or email OTBPpodcast@gmail.com.
Off the Beaten Path Podcast, me, Ben Merritt. It is my great pleasure to introduce as many of you to as many brand new artists, quote unquote. Some of these guys have been around for a very long time. You're just now getting to learn about them. But I have a feeling that this guy has quite a developed fan base that I might be able to tap into on Facebook. So, Aaron, I'm not lying, man. I'm using you as cross-promotion. I hope that's okay.
Hey, that's all right, brother. I don't mind. Well, it's teamwork.
There you go. Aaron Watson here on Off the Beaten Path with me. Again, Aaron, it's a great pleasure to get to talk to you, man. I'm a big fan of your sound and a big fan of the big traditional movement that's coming out of Texas, and you, and I've had Zane Williams on the show, and Casey Donahue, and a bunch of the great guys that are coming out of Texas along with you, and I really appreciate the sound that you guys are trying to revive down there. I'm loving it.
Well, it's something that we've been doing for a long time, and it's neat to see how, our music is crossing over, borders and state lines, and, we played 37 states and 8 countries in the last 18 months.
Holy cow.
We're all over the place, and, it's for an artist, from an artist standpoint, it's exciting to be this far into my career and kind of feel like I'm just getting started.
Yeah. Well,
it's incredible.
You covering as much geography as you have is going to make this a lot of fun, because I've got 2 real quick icebreaker questions. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready, brother.
All right, these are traditional. I love these. These always get me some fun answers, especially the second one. So, but because you've been everywhere, and I'm not trying to quote Johnny Cash or anything like that, but the first question, and feel free to be as specific or non-specific as you'd like, because more than likely you won't be there. Where are you right now?
I am in Utah.
There you go. Texas guy up in Utah right now, and you guys are...
Yeah, I am, let me tell you, I'm in Richfield, Utah. And then tomorrow I'm in Garden City, Idaho. And then I'm in State Line, Idaho. And then I'm flying back home to Texas.
He is literally living the jet-setting lifestyle. And
oh, yeah.
Is the hat a carry-on, or do you have to wear it? Or,
I leave it on the bus.
That's probably wise. You don't want to lose it. So
I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, there you go. All right. And then this is the question that I get a lot of really fun answers to from all the artists that I talk to. So this is the second icebreaker question. Question number 2, if we were to hit eject in your truck or fire up your iPod or whatever it may be right now, what was the last thing you were listening to?
The last thing I was listening to, give me a second, I'll pull it up right now.
He's actually going to fire up the iPod. All right.
Here, I'm on my phone.
That works too.
I'm listening to a guy named Josh Garrels.
Josh Garrels?
Yeah, Josh Garrels, Garrels. He has a record that he came out with in 2015 called Home. And he's an incredible vocalist, incredible songwriter. It says he's folk, but he also all his songs are very much tied into his faith and his love for Jesus. So I really like that about him. So
well, there you go.
Yeah, so that's what I've been listening to lately.
See, I get a lot of really cool answers, like stuff that's like way out of left field to stuff like you, where you just introduced me to a brand new artist that I'll have to go check out now. So
yeah, he's incredible. He's really incredible.
All right. Well, Aaron, it may not be a surprise to a lot of people that are listening, but for those who are just maybe picking up the podcast for the first time and they're getting to hear you for the first time, you're no spring chicken to the world of country music. You just released your 12th studio album. The first one came out in 1999. You're not an up-and-comer. You're just now trying to, spread the Aaron Watson brand out across the nation, right?
Yeah, we've just been doing our thing for a long time. I've been, I've been making a living making music now for for 15 years, and but I've just kind of stayed, kept things on the I guess the down low. I haven't been on mainstream radio or on the ACM, CMAs, all those award shows, but we're out here, doing what we do, and that's making our brand of country music. And, I could have signed a record deal back in the day, but they wanted to change everything about me.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, well, if you're going to change the way I dress, if you're going to change the way I write songs, you're going to change the way I sing, then is it really me?
Right. Yeah, there's no reason to sacrifice yourself. If this is what you wanted to sign, then why are you trying to change it all? Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Well, and I don't want to be, there's very, 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 very few mainstream artists that have a career that lasts longer than 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that are lucky enough to get to that certain level of stadium success, they can ride that a little longer. But man, we have guys that were back in stadiums, 10, 15 years ago. We play shows with those guys. We've had some of those guys opening up for us. So, it's just one of those things that, doing things our way and growing things, one day at a time, one fan at a time.
Absolutely. You don't want to be at a time. Yeah, you don't want to be the flash in the pan. You'd rather be the flare on the road, right? You want to be the guy that's burning for a long time.
Absolutely. We're building a structure that's gonna be sturdy. We're not building something on sinking sand.
All right. Well, Aaron Watson here on Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt, and I think the thing that has really opened a lot of people's eyes to the brand that is Aaron Watson is the quote-unquote underdog success. The latest album that you released, your 12th studio album, you are an independent singer-songwriter, and you knocked everybody off the list. You released yourself a #1 Billboard album without a major label backing you. That is something that is unheard of.
Yeah, a guy from Rolling Stone told me that I was the first independent artist to ever do such a thing.
Not even just country, but just independent music in general.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's just been what I've told people is that the 12th record went #1, but the 12th record does not go #1 had it not been for records 1 through 11.
That's true. Yeah, you got to build that fan base up. Yeah,
building that fan base, and God's blessed us in so many ways, and that's every show, every album, every song. It's I could be actually just like overly repetitive about it, but we give God all the glory. Mm-hmm. And he's opened a lot of incredible doors for us, and we've done a lot of things that, honestly, we've achieved things that even your largest, country star has never achieved. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. We have just been so blessed, and we take credit for none of it. It's all God. It's all God blessing us. He's blessed us with just the best fans in the world. And that's the thing is, I've got a brand of music that I want people to. They can invest in me. They can know that every year to 1 year to 18 months, 12 months to 18 months, I'm going to put out another record for them. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be songs that I write, songs that I believe in, songs that you can play in front of your mom. Songs that moms can play in front of their kids.
That is a fine line to find nowadays. Yes.
Yeah, and it's and I have three kiddos, and I have to set an example. I'm their daddy.
There you go.
So that's if if you pride yourself in being a songwriter, then you should be able to write a song that gets the reaction you're going after without going for the cheap thrill. You know,
exactly.
I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, you know what? I sing some very intimate love songs about my wife. Guess what? It's my wife. It's a woman who's given me 4 children. You know what? I have the right to sing those songs about her, not some little 22-year-old, you know, skinny jean-wearing singer who's singing about some girl he met at a bar.
Yeah.
That's not love.
There you
That's
go.
not love. And that's one of those things that, you know, we want to sing about things that, you know, that people can depend on, like I said, and, you know, that, you know, also too, my mom, I don't want to get on her bad side.
I can't upset Mom. No. The worst
way.
thing that a country boy can do is piss off Mama. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, speaking of your wife, she helped you write the lead single off of that #1 album. Tell us about That Look before we take a listen to it.
Well, That Look was, I wrote part of That Look one Sunday morning. We had been out on the road for 3 or 4 days. I got home about 45 minutes before church. So I was getting ready. I was tired. I was grumpy. I was hungry. I'm sitting at the table, drinking my coffee, kind of in a very, like, Ebenezer Scrooge kind of mood, you know, just bah humbug.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's my sweet wife. She's all dressed up for church, and she's got breakfast. She's making eggs, and she has bacon, and all these things going on, and I hear the kids calling her, and she runs in there, and I'm just in this terrible mood. And at some point I was like, look at her. Look at how she tolerates me. You know, I was like, she's perfect, you know, and you know, I wrote down the line, you know, she keeps it all together. I always come unwound. She's cool, calm, and collected. I want to paint the town. She's like a Sunday morning. I'm a dance hall Saturday night. She's like a stained glass window. I'm a Lone Star neon light. And, you know, and I was able to finish that song. And it's just a song that really lifts my wife up on a pedestal, as well as just all these women who do so much for their husbands and their kids. And, you know, probably my favorite thing about last year, it wasn't the record going #1. Probably my favorite moment was when we got to play the Grand Ole Opry. I dedicated this song to my wife, and the sweetest thing, you get, when you play the Opry, you get some VIP seats.
Yeah.
Your friends and family can sit on those pews back behind the stage. But my wife did not want to sit on those pews back behind me. Mm-hmm. So without me knowing, she got online and she bought a ticket so that she could sit right in front of me and watch me sing. And possibly that touched my heart like I can't even explain, because that just totally describes my wife, just how wonderful she is, how loving and supportive she is, you know, and I dedicated her this song in front of all, like, 5,000 people, and it was a pretty special moment to get to share with her.
A song that Aaron wrote for his biggest fan. Here it is, That Look. Aaron, don't go anyway, man. We're going to chat a little bit more here in a little bit, all right?
All right, brother, I'm right here.
All right, here it is, That Look on Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
It all together, I always come unwound. She's cool, calm, and collected. I wanna paint the town. She's like a Sunday morning, I'm a dance all Saturday night. She's like a stained glass window, I'm a Lone Star neon light. She has another side that no one sees but me. She is the only one that brings me to my knees. There's something about Sinatra and a bottle of Chardonnay. Without a single word, she takes my breath away. When she gets that look in her eyes, when she gets that want you, need to, love you right now kind of look in her eyes, When she's good, but even better when she gets that look. She sparkles like a diamond, she twinkles like a star. She's like a ray of sunshine that always melts my heart. And when I'm feeling empty, her love makes me whole, just like a country breeze that soothes my weary soul. When she gets that look in her eyes, when she gets that want you, need to, love you, right now kind of look in her eyes. She's always looking so fine that I can't believe mine. And when those stars align, just add a little white wine and moonlight, and that girl's off the hook. When she's good, but even better when she gets that slow dancing, romancing. She's up to something, wearing nothing but her beautiful smile. She's up to something, wearing nothing but a beautiful smile. When she gets that look in her eyes, when she gets that want you, need to, love you, right now kind of look in her eyes. She's always looking so fine that I can't believe mine. And when those stars align, just add a little white wine and moonlight, and that girl's off the hook. When she's good, but even better when she gets that look. When she's good, but even better when she gets that look. There's something about Sinatra in a bottle of Chardonnay. Without a single word, she takes my breath away. She's like a Sunday morning, I'm a Saturday night. She's like a stained glass window.
Off the Beaten Path podcast, meet Ben Merritt. There you go. That look, he wrote it for his #1 fan. I guess that's probably why you married her, huh, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm her #1 fan, actually.
There you go. It goes both directions, I'm sure. So
absolutely.
Aaron Watson here on Off the Beaten Path podcast. Aaron, it's great to have you on, man. I'm a huge fan. I'm glad to have you here. I mean, this was kind of a little bit of a dream interview for me. I'm pretty excited.
Dude. Pleasure's all mine, brother. Thank you for the opportunity.
I do have to. That was also a segue into my silly question that I warned you about while we were listening to that. Look, you had kind of a cool collaboration on your very first album. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's like the godfather of Texas, right? He could run for governor and probably win with no one opposing him.
Yeah, I think this point he could probably run for president and win.
The way that Bernie's running and all the conservatives are running, he'd be that right down the middle guy. And
I think
vote
for Willie.
There you go. Willie Nelson was on Aaron's very first album, which kind of sets the duos and collaborations bar very, very high, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's like, unless I can get a duet with Elvis, you can't touch. Touch Willie.
So,
I mean, it's Willie.
My question was, and again, I think you just answered it. And let's keep it to the realm of the living, just so that we can actually answer this where it could actually happen. If you had the opportunity, what would be like your dream collaboration? Like who would collaboration? Like for a guy and a duet for a girl. Like, what's the dream scenario for you right now?
Gosh.
And like I said, keep it in the realm of the living.
The realm of the living. I'd have to say, be cool to sing a song with George.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't go wrong there.
Well,
that's still not better than Willie.
He's focusing on recording only now, so that's probably a pretty doable thing, reasonably.
Maybe we could pull some strings.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
As far as girls go, singing with a girl, I don't know.
What about like Miss Trisha or Reba or?
Oh yeah, golly, those are great.
Or Dolly. I mean, Dolly would be fun probably too.
Yes, singing a duet with Dolly or Loretta.
Ooh, Loretta.
One time I was around. I did this charity deal, and Carrie Underwood was there, and I stood next to Carrie for 30 minutes, and I did not say one word to her because I was scared.
Because you were.
And she smiled at me and said hi.
Nice. Although
I don't even think I said anything back at her. I think I just kind of like did a little smirky grin.
She was probably like, "Well, that was rude."
Yeah. I was stuttering like, I was like,
hey, how are you? Yeah. That happened to me the very first time that I met Miranda Lambert too, and she's my fake ex-girlfriend now. But the first time I met Miranda, I didn't say one word to her, and that was kind of rude of me. I noticed, but
well, you know what? You're just playing hard to get,
right? Yeah. She's my fake ex-girlfriend now, so obviously it worked, and then it didn't work. So
and it just didn't work out, brother.
Right? Yeah. She just got too busy, and we didn't see enough of each other, and it's fine. It's whatever. So
it's what it is.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, Anderson East is a great guy too, so I'll just it's fine. Whatever. It's cool.
I don't even know who that is.
That's her current boyfriend. He's a singer-songwriter too. So.
Oh, cool. What's his name?
Anderson East.
Anderson East.
There you go. He does kind of like bluesy stuff. He's got like a bluesy, country, folky sound. So.
Oh, cool. I have to check him out.
There you go. All right. See, look, I'm introducing new artists to new artists. Who knows? Maybe there'll be an Anderson East duet. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Aaron. We'll talk more business off the line. But first, tell everybody, this is the Pimp Yourself portion of the show, how people can find you online so that they can follow along because, the new album, the new single, all that stuff has got you guys out on the road constantly, and we want to know when we can see you come into our town.
Okay, so my Instagram is at Aaron Watson Music, and then, of course, it's Aaron Watson on Facebook, and at Aaron_Watson on Twitter. So I'm pretty active on all those things. And then I've got, AaronWatson.com, and there's iTunes, Spotify, and all that good stuff. So, people shoot me a lot of messages, and I try real hard to respond back. So,
well, you managing your own Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, that's kind of cool. I like it when artists are able to do that as long as possible. And being independent, I'm thinking you're going to be able to do that for a very long time.
Yeah, it's not hard, really. I mean, it's easier to dig. It's easier than digging a ditch or driving T-posts. It's just like fixing the screen. So I can handle it.
Absolutely,
I can handle it, brother.
One of my previous careers before I got into the world of broadcasting was a piano mover.
Wow.
Yeah, I never want to do that again.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Oh, the pay was all right because it was all under the table, but it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. So anyway,
yeah, but you're having to lift pianos.
Yeah, it was cool though. I moved a piano that Aretha Franklin used. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that is incredible.
I didn't get to meet Aretha or anything, but.
But you can say technically, kind of, you did.
Yeah, my fingerprints were on those keys.
That's right. Well, that's awesome.
All right. Well, Aaron, enough out of me, man. They want to hear more about you. So tell us about the song Blue Bonnets before we take a listen to it, sir.
Well, Blue Bonnets is a special song to me personally. It's a song that I wrote for my little girl, Julia Grace. Julia Grace passed away not long after she was born. And, it was a very, heartbreaking time of my life, for me and my wife and our kids. for them to lose their little sister like that. But, you know, God's gotten us through the tough times, and, you know, there's been so many blessings that's come out of that tragedy. And one thing is, you know, just having Julius for that short amount of time, I feel like it really made me a better husband and a better father. And, it, you know, I don't take things for granted like I used to.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wrote the song, you know, from a daddy's perspective. It's just a song that I needed to write for my little girl, and I never imagined that it was going to be a single.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it on the record, and you know, people can really relate to the song, you know, because we've all lost loved ones, and so, you know, at the beginning it was really hard for me to play the song live,
Mm-hmm.
but I've kind of gotten over that. I kind of made myself get over it because I got to thinking that, you know, if this song, you know, can help someone get through a tough time in their life, then that's my job. My job is to sing that song and help my fans and help those who are going through some hard times. So, you know, it's a special song to me, and I really appreciate you know, letting me tell my story and playing the song for me.
Absolutely. It's an awesome song, and the radio station I work at, again, the listeners there have loved it for weeks and weeks now, and I know that the listeners here of the podcast will love it as well. And Aaron, we really appreciate you taking some time to put that story to paper and then sing it for us again, and we really appreciate you talking to us here on Off the Beaten Path, all right?
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, here you go. It's Aaron Watson, Off the Beaten Path podcast. This is Blue Bonnets.
In another time and place, Grandma would kiss my face. Wish I could go back there again. I'd climb up in my grandpa's lap, I'd lay down and take a nap. That old man and me were best friends. Then one day I turned around, leaves of fall had fallen down. Those fields were bare and brown, and they were gone. Long gone like blue bonnets in the spring. We're only here for a little while. It's beautiful and bittersweet, so make the most of every mile. So pack light and love heavy, give it all your heart and soul, so in the end you won't regret one thing. Life is like blue bonnets in the spring. There's so much I can't explain, such as gravity and pain. Still I remain blindfolded and full of faith. I kiss my angel girl goodbye, still can't help but wonder why. But I believe I'll see her again someday. So hold 'em tender, hold 'em tight. Pray every morning, day and night. God will help you raise them right, and don't you blink. Don't blink, 'cause like blue bonnets in the spring, we're only here for a little while. It's beautiful and bittersweet, so make the most of every mile. So pack light and love heavy, give it all your heart and soul, so in the end you won't regret one thing. Life is like blue bonnets in the spring. Life can be filled full of sorrow, Time is something you can't borrow. So love like there's no tomorrow, because today could be the day. Like blue bonnets in the spring, we're only here for a little while. It's beautiful and bittersweet, so make the most of every mile. So pack light and love heavy, give it all your heart and soul, so in the end you won't regret one thing. Life is like blue bonnets in the spring. Life is like blue bonnets in the spring.
Off the beaten path.
New music now
With Ben Merritt.
In the month of June, you were acting kind of shy, but I think you knew you were turning every head in the room. There were 15 guys trying to find the lines to help them get their hands on you, while they were undressing you with their eyes. I was picturing your hair turn blue. I wanna get old with you. I wanna get wrinkled too. I wanna drive 45 on the highway like the old folks do. If I wander off or lose my way, I want the cops to bring me home to you. Oh, if I'm gonna get old, I wanna get old with you. I was never really one to think ahead, but when I saw you, all of that changed. It wasn't crazy wanting you in my bed, it was crazy wanting you to stay. And I was just living it day to day, not caring what the future brings. Now I'm planning out the next 30 years, building us a front porch swing. I wanna get old with you. I wanna get wrinkled too. I wanna drive 45 on the highway like the old folks do. If I wander off or lose my way, I want the cops to bring me home to you. Oh, if I'm gonna get old, I wanna get old with you. I don't think I'll make it if I can't get there with you. And I don't think till death do us part sounds right, 'cause that's what quitters do. I wanna get old with you. I wanna get wrinkled too. I wanna drive 45 on the highway like the old folks do. If I wander off or lose my way, I want the cops to bring me home to you. If I'm gonna get old, I wanna get old. If I gotta get old, I wanna get old. If I'm gonna get old, I wanna get old with you. You were 20 years old and I was 32. It was Austin in the month of June.
Off the Beaten Path podcast, me, Ben Merritt. There you go, Corey Morrow, Off the Good Fight. Taking that all the way to number 1 on those Texas country music charts. That's Old With You. That was not the most recent single off of that album, actually, because I put this music together like a week or so ago, and he's put out a new single since then. Grrr. So make sure you go look for the new stuff from Mr. Corey Morrow as well. I try and record my parts as soon or as close to the Sunday midnight, Monday midnight release of each podcast, but I've got to put the music together beforehand, otherwise I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's what happened there. So anyway, this particular girl may or may not fall under the country category for some of you, but I think she does, because there's this whole new movement of that old style, like, you know, they're kind of taking what Amy Winehouse did and making it a little bit more country, kind of like turning it towards like the Jason Isbell kind of sound and the Justin Townes Earl kind of sound, and, you know, kind of doing that. And I think that this is one of those kind of songs, especially the song that she chose. This isn't a single of hers in any way, shape, or form, but I do appreciate the fact that she threw some old school rock at you. This is Elle King. It's American Girl. Yes, the old Tom Petty song. Here it is, Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
Well, she was an American girl, raised on promises. She couldn't help thinking that there was a little more to life somewhere else. After all, it was a great big world with lots of places to run to. And if she had to die trying, she had one little promise she was gonna keep. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy, baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl. Well, it was kinda cold that night. She stood alone on her balcony. Yeah, she could hear the cars roll by out on 441, like a waves crashing on the beach. And for one desperate moment there, he crept back in her memory. God, it's so painful, something that's so close, but still so far out of reach. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy, baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl.
Brand new country has a home.
Time for some music now.
Off the beaten path.
Low on a windshield, pick me up at midnight, burning down the blacktop, cutting off the headlights, down the driveway, take sweet time. Radio dash lights dancing in your eyes, window letting that summertime inside, chasing that first time like it's the last time. Didn't we run like we didn't care? Didn't we fight like we wasn't scared? Didn't we give up all that innocence, wishing the world didn't turn so slow? Didn't we think that we knew it all? Didn't we crash and burn and fall in love? Yeah, you and me, 17. Oh, didn't we? Backseat kissing, staying out all night, talking about nothing, looking down like we were something high above the street lights. Didn't we run like we didn't care? Didn't we fight like we wasn't scared? Didn't we give up all that innocence, wishing the world didn't turn so slow? Didn't we think that we knew it all? Didn't we crash and burn and fall in love? Yeah, you and me, 17. Oh, didn't we? Didn't we think that we knew it all? Didn't we crash and burn and fall in love? Yeah, you and me, 17. Oh, didn't we? Note on a windshield, pick me up at midnight, burning down a blacktop, cutting off the headlights, down the driveway, taking your sweet time.
Off the Beaten Path podcast, me, Ben Merritt. There you go. Jeremy McComb. And didn't we? There you go. Ben Merritt taking you all the way through some brand new stuff, brand new country, a little bit of country rock, some old school rock, a little bit of everything for this episode. Again, hammered down, anchored by the one and only Mr. Aaron Watson. Stick around next week. I believe the Damn Quails are going to be with us. Another one of those Texas country bands, Texas, Oklahoma. Two guys from Oklahoma, the rest of them are from Texas, I think. But the Damn Quails, next week's special guest right here on the show. Also, if you've been paying attention to our social medias, it's been a little sporadic over the weekend, but it should be up and running perfectly by now. Go to our website, otbppodcast.com, and you can find yourself a link to our OTBP radio. Yay! Basically what it is you don't know which episode you want to listen to. Well, they're all running back to 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 back. It's like 140 hours of music, so I figured, why not? Let's just roll them, and, you guys can just hear them. So just leave it on in the background, whatever you may want to do. But, again, OTBP Radio, 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's up and running. So had to work a few bugs out, and be patient with me. Again, we're still within, the first week of doing this, but it's there for you. So, hey! Now I just got to get on an app, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so much work. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks to Aaron Watson for being the special guest this week. And the Damn Quails next week here on Off the Beaten Path podcast /radio with me, Ben Merritt. Bye-bye.